Sash curriculum, we're going to be working through our technique. So the first technique we're going to look at is our front thrust kick. Okay, the kicks in the Wing Chun are again based on the joint system. So we will attack knees, bladder, hip. So we're going to look at the front thrust kick, aiming around the bladder region, but training it just above. Okay, so when we execute the kick, so we start from our basic horse stance, so we come out elbow now, guard hand forward. When we kick, the first thing we look at is bringing the knee up. Right, so the knee has to come up to the desired height for the kick to go. Right, so knee up with some urgency, and then when we thrust the kick forward, we're kicking with the heel of the foot. So the toes have got to be brought back. Okay, so when we come up, bring the knee up, kick, place back into horse stance. Change our guard, kick, back in. Change our guard, kick, and place in. And what we're looking for is not too much body movement bouncing up and down. Keeping this solid foundation, transfer, kick, placing down. Okay? So let's try it. Single first. 1, 2, 3. Kick out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. From this position now, we're going to circle forward and we've got our left leg forward. So if you push your left leg forward, again keeping your shape, front foot angled or parallel to the back, we discussed earlier, guards up. Never drop the guards as we kick, exposure of the upper gate. So as we kick, no body movement, body cut in half, urgency here, kick and then place down. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so stay where we are. We're going to include 2 punches and a kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we switch sides. Again, maintaining your balance, position, weight in the back, and just a single kick first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a double punch, front thrust kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. And relax. That's a little work. Yeah, you make a little combo. You know, right. Yeah, different things to do. Right, so look at what's going on here. So as Ben comes in, he's got his front thrust kick, gets the range. So whenever we're kicking equipment, we've got to make sure the range is correct. Kick. As he steps back, we kick. Making sure it's with the heel, guards are up. So we work the return back. We look at a different way of looking at front thrust kick 1. And then the person moves back, now the kick is coming with the back leg to give you more power. So he moves in the front, then comes up the back and forth. Always having the same target point, kick 1 and kick 2. Good. Okay, good. If you look at the kicks now trained on the bag, this bag doesn't fit, unlike the air shield, there's movement there. This is a fix. Again, you can train in a different format. Here we're looking at power training, developing good strong base and then driving the kick in. So if now Richard wants to step back and then step in, he can now get back to understanding the range. And you can look at different speeds of entry, and making sure the guard's up, or you can come back to keeping it nice and solid and rooted, and then you're driving in to develop the power. If you look, there's a little movement on the upper body, the focus is at the front, guard position, always up. Very good. Okay, here we're looking at the front thrust kick now being used in a more live situation, so bending off a punch. If you look at now, the punch comes in and moving it off, arm strike, and then maintaining the range. Now, we're attacking very much on the central point, so as the punch comes in, 1, 2, push comes in, and then kicking through. Now, this kick could go into the point of when I'm blocked here, as I push through, this kick may go into the hip line there, or if it's more central at this point, 1, 2, as I push through, it'll be coming into the bladder point here. Alright, but for training purposes, we'll just strike at the stomach region so we can take it to the six pack. But okay, it's good. Okay, the movement we're going to look at now, or the technique we're going to look at now is the chop. Okay, so we've got open hand techniques we've done already, the palm strike. We've got 2 to look at today. So the first thing we're going to look at is the chop going into this area here, neck and throat. So the chop is executed and target area here, our contact area here, fingers together, and then it's using the wrist to generate the position and also power. Right? So it's not just a chop like so, which will lack power. So we'll be looking at using the wrist. Again, the only target area we're looking at is the throat and neck. Alright, so we're going to work with this as we open up. Get the guards forward. We're going to look at this from the turn to start with, and we're going to strike to the side. So as we turn, we're going to be striking again. As we move, we're using the wrist as it comes through here. Okay, so we're going to come in and chop. We're going to come in and chop. We're looking at left and then right. So nice and slow and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double 1, 2, 3. Then again 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now we're going to stay in this position. We're going to now turn into 45, chopping forward. Okay, so again, going for the throat, so look at where your throat will lie when you're seated. So you may look like you're chopping above. It's actually when you're standing, it'll be the level you need to be at. So we're going from here, chopping through. Keep the fingers together, but don't leave them open, then they all get caught and snaps off. So we're going to keep everything together, but relaxed. We're moving here. This is where we're going to generate the power. Okay, it's coming back to our rules down here as we chop. Okay, let's try it nice and slow. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. And relax. And the common mistake with it, is that sometimes we can actually overturn. So it becomes more of an underside strike rather than a side strike. So when we talk about a side chop, we're not talking about necessarily the angle of, but actually the side of the hand. So it's more here. So if we was going to do a training drill, we'd be looking at this wrist doing and generating power. And then we're looking at actually penetrating. So you saw Craig looking at the 45-degree turn, penetrating through rather than tapping on the surface. So if we go through there again, we're looking at the turn. There's so many different methods of it. You look at the square drill where we're just learning to use the fingers tight, hand is closed, tight, fingers together, just using the wrist. That's good. The chop being used now in a more practical application. 2 chops going, 1 into the throat, that's been interrupted, and 1 into the neck. It's good. So you look, it's all controlled and working through. This one's bowed, second one, third one. Very good. Coming through, using the bottom to cover. Here we're looking at chop using on a heavy bag. So now you can see there's more penetration that can be given, and it drives into it. Pushing, turning, using the wrist, shoulder and elbow to maximise the power. Nice solid throw. Good job. Okay, at this point here, now we're going to look at our blocks. The 3 blocks we're going to cover. We're going to look at jump sail, bong sail, and gun sail. Okay, so these are the ones that are covering this gate here, these gates here above. All right, so we're going to look at gates further down the road, but we'll look at and understanding how we can protect using bong sail, jump sail for our central point, and gun sail for our middle point, low point, and obviously bong sail for our upper gates. Okay, so we're going to look at very quickly from our horse stance, we open out and explain the actual block. So we look at jump sail where people confuse it as a cross block and hitting it right across. This is executed coming forward and across. Right, so it's very little shape, but much of it is coming from the deflection here. So when we move through, the elbow stays low, we're pushing forward and across. Okay, so we're blocking, like we said earlier, all our blocks are based on this area here. So the 4-finger rule, that band, is where we're going to be using and performing our blocks. This is the area that we would condition and work with our blocks regarding bong, time, jump, gun. We're looking at the, now we're looking at jump sail. So from here, we're going to push forward and across. We're not going to turn, because we want to encourage correct position first, and power. So everything stays here, not extended, fingers together, right? So they're not splayed out like so. So when we push forward, it's going forward and across, and we're avoiding this type of motion here. We're going forward and across. Anything that's coming this region here is what we're covering. Okay? So we got our guards forward, we're going to block with our bull sail to get maximum power from, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do it on the turn. Ready? With our left first. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax. Good. Okay, from this point, we're going to look at our bong sail. This here is mainly head shots. We're going to be pushing through. So again, bong is from a forward motion, rolling, elbow higher than the wrist. All right, so it looks like well, how's this going to block a head shot? Is because we're meeting the punch forward and getting it to deflect, which we'll show you in a second. So we're going to be rolling. So in the Wing Chun, all our blocks are based on deflection. Not hitting it away, but actually deflecting and, you know, removing the punch or whatever's coming your way, away from your target area, which would be your head. All right, so the block is very easy to perform. It goes forward, elbow high, shoulders relaxed, fingers looking down and across through our central point. Okay, and all we're going to do, just making sure that we're not ending up here or ending up too high, thinking it's going to hit. So we're going to look at this position here. So, guard hands forward. From our wing sail, we bong sail. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do it on the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax. Good. Right. Okay, what we're going to look at now is actually the jump sail block, how it's executed. So if I had, say, a fixed object here, so we're not looking at the punch, but give you an understanding of our mechanics. So as I push in this forward, and as I push forward, I'm deflecting. This elbow stays right. Look where the punch is ending. So now, if it was to follow through, it's coming offline here. I haven't actually done that. I've just lined and pushed my elbow, kept my elbow low, but pushing this forward. And in this angle here. I haven't turned, which is what I would be doing. So we're just looking at the position of it, and I'm looking at this area of contact. So now, if he is going to punch me, say, into the chest or chin region, I'm going to be blocking off here. Now look at the trajectory of this strike. It's coming away from my body. So as he punches again, I'm pushing forward and across. Forward and across. And if you look, as my woo here, as that punch comes, I'm using this motion here. Not overturning it, which now starts to look like an up block, but actually pushing forward and across. So this forearm and wrist is doing that motion. All right, so if I was using it, if the young Richard was stepping in and punching me here, I'll be looking at moving off here. So now the target area is still there. Also, if he's punching through, I can block and move into the lap and strike in that line, or I can come inside. So it doesn't matter if the target is this point here, so as he comes in, and I know that's going to be my point, this block will be here. Then I can move into different strikes here. All right, so we're looking at pushing forward and across. Not worried about the attack, but getting me into a position. This is square. As he comes in, I'm keeping square. This is telling you that this block is working based on that, or if he's turned, it's definitely now away from our centre point and keeping it with the Wu Sao as a secondary protection. Here now, we're going to look at our Bong Sao. Again, we're going to look at it from the same point. So he's hitting me on the nose here. If my bong ends up like that, if he continues pushing, he's going to hit me. All right, so if I keep this shape, but actually, rather than keeping it close to me, but actually push it forward, look what's happening. All right, so now you're seeing this actually moving past my line. If I keep it here, look, bang, back in. So my key would be this roll and pushing forward here. So I'll be looking at rolling this forward and making this trajectory here. So if he was going to come and punch me there, I'm looking at this motion, elbow high in the wrist, and look, you're looking at that without me moving or lifting the arm. Now, the second point would be your Wu Sao. This needs to be not tucked away here, it needs to be very close in, because if my bong or his punch is still coming, I've got a backup hand to perform a secondary block or a lap sao. All right? So as the punch comes and I'm turning, this hand will be to cover and remove the obstacle here, ready for the next striking through. Okay, so bong, as it comes in, so if I'm turning, the next punch comes, I'm turning off. If he punches, I'm blocking off this line. All right, now if you look, fingers, try not to create any kinks in the wrist. You're pushing forward. Here, this is my target, I'm pushing forward. Now this is hitting here, okay? So that's how our Bong Sao would be executed, and based on the technique and structure of angle and position, right? So we're not too close, that will come in, I'm pushing forward. But I'm doing it as one motion, not from here to push forward, but actually meeting the attack. As it's coming, I'm meeting it here. So it comes through my guard, boom, I'm changing it. It's coming through my guard, I'm changing it. Now look where it's going. One I turn, that will change the angle. Look where the punch is coming, towards the skies. So from here, he's absorbed the Bong Sao, and then lapping, and then pinning and double punching. So he comes in, and then combining those with the footwork, coming in, taking down. And here we're looking at jump Sao. Keeping it nice and simple. Turn, jump, lap, side palm. Nice and simple. Look at the angle, look at the position, and the absorption, and keeping the block long, and angles correct, pushing through. Okay, now we're going to look at gun Sao. So this will complete the blocks that we've covered this afternoon. So first thing we're going to look at is how gun Sao is performed. So we're doing everything on the square. It's a sweeping block. Okay, it's not a swinging block, it's a sweeping. As you said earlier, all our blocks are based on deflection. Again, it's based around this gate here. So anything coming around the rib cage, hip line, that sort of region is where we're looking at covering. And as we cover, we're striking. So we'll be sweeping away here with the deflection, fingers looking away. So our fingers are not looking down, in case a kick or whatever you're blocking, punch or something, gets caught. So everything is looking and keeping safe. So as I move through here, making contact with the underside here, and the fingers looking away with our guard loose out here. So we're moving and deflecting the strike away from our centre. From our centre and away. From our centre where it's coming, we're sweeping it away. If it's coming around this side, we'll be covering this point. Okay, and striking through the centre here. So let's have a look at it from the square point first. Fingers together, nice and relaxed, and sweeping off. We're going to do left first, and then we're going to do right. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, change guard. So now we're going to block off the forward guard, and then we're going to block off the wing this time. So ready? Coming off the forward guard first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to look at it on the turn. As we turn, we're going to imagine the strike is coming, we're going to sweep it away. As we sweep it away, we're going to drive forward with a punch. Punching forward here and sweeping the block out. Are you ready? Left hand, go! 2, 3, 4. Keep it tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax. Okay, now we're going to look at our gun cell. So before we do that, we'll give you an understanding of the gates that they're covering. So we're looking at this band here. So anything that's coming low or into a side type shot, this is the block we'll be looking at. So anything that's coming around here or forward, whether it's a punch or a kick, it doesn't matter. All right. What matters is that we actually deflect away. So we're not actually moving it away in that fashion. We're actually blocking it and sweeping it. So it's coming here, we sweep off. So we're looking against a kick in a second. Or if it's a round type motion coming in, it's a close quarter, and I'll be blocking and striking in. Again, the most important part is actually this absorption and deflective power pushing into the strike. So as it's coming through, I'm here, coming 1, 2. So as it comes through, there, and it comes through here. Now obviously, as you keep hitting this, it becomes quite painful. So we're just looking at it more as a model to see the shape of the block. Okay, it's a sweeping motion here. So if, say for example, it's going to come off the front leg here, and this kick is coming through, I'm going to be not trying to block it from this point here. I'll be moving and blocking at this point. So as it moves here, I'm going to block off. And I'm going to sweep. So the size of the arm and leg is so great, bigger, stronger, that me just swinging and sweeping, I'll end up too many injuries. So the idea is to deflect it. So as it's come off, I'm using footwork and rotation to sweep it away. And this obviously will be moving in, or it'll be coming into the jump as a cover in case this is a punch. So as I move, this may be blocking, because this may be attacking. I jump, gun, and then moving in with a strike. So I'm looking at absorption, sweeping away, fingers away, not down, because there's a kick coming up. I may get that caught. So I'm making sure the fingers are safe, well away from the actual strike. where we're going to go through. Alright, so as the kick comes across, boom, 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 we're moving in, keeping everything nice and compact and tight. So the key is this, the rotation, and not having it too close. If I keep any of my blocks too close, it means I've been hit. So I'm meeting. If this was a hook, which is a close range strike, but I'm not going to block it here because it's already hit me. I'm going to be meeting it. Change my body angle and meeting it in that shape there. So as he comes round, I'm meeting it, hit him through. Okay, here we're going to look at the footwork circling steps. Right? We're going to get two formats. So if we open up into our all stance, the first format we're going to look at is from this position. So we keep our arms back just for focus on our feet. We're going to do a 45-degree turn, and then we're going to circle in. When we circle out, we do a 45-degree turn, and then we circle in at this angle here. Alright, so we're going to look at the circling in motion, maintaining weight at the back as we move the circling in at this angle. Because we're looking at, this is where it's all happening. I'll turn from there and I'm moving into them. So our target point will always be here. So we've got the line there, I'll be moving into that line. We're moving into that line. As opposed to turning and missing everything and everyone. Alright, so I want to make sure I'm here, turn, moving into that line. So, we do the turn, the circling with the left, are we ready? Keep the arms back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax. Good. Now, that's just circling in out of an object, maybe a leg that's there. We're circling out of that leg and re-entering in. So now we're going to look at the advancing circling step. So from this position, we're moving to our left leg forward. We're going to circle out, then circle in. So we're closing our lower gates, not with our hands, but with our legs. So as I circle out, I'm circling in. But as I move, I'm advancing slightly forward. And with this, we're going to look at a very simple hand technique. We look at double punches. So we've got our left leg forward, we're going to circle here, double punch. Circle, double punch. Circle, double punch. And then back to guard. Circling towards me, advancing step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from there we're going to turn, as we move narrow. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn. Okay, and relax. Okay, if you look at what's going on here, we're doing the circling steps, but we're using it from a feeling point. So they're feeling leg to leg. So now Richard's going to circle out, this person's going to circle in. And look at the angle you're always trying to meet. Okay, so the circle in, there. So maintaining range and safety of below. That's it. Good. Good there. And here we're going to look at the 45-degree turn and circling in. So again, it's a punch, using the bomb on the turn, and then circling in, and leaving the centre at all times and through. Cut through the lower gates. Weight at the back, head back, weight back. Good. And moving through. And then we're here, and then we're looking here, doing exactly the same thing. Using the bag as the guide, circling in and getting the angles in. So we're going to turn, circling, lean, leg, strong, weight back. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to look at the juts out block, which is jerk hand. It's a midsection block dealing with anything that's coming at this point here, whether it's a punch, a stab type motion, okay, anything with the hand rather than feet. Okay, and the block is performed with this part of the hand, and we're coming back with the fingers looking up here, and again a space between the body and the block. Right, so we don't be too close because then we'll be here. So everything we're doing from our guard or our woo, we'll be doing that. Coming back, fingers looking slightly off, thumb tucked to the side, and blocking with the side inside here of the palm. Okay, so from here, we're going to marry that up with a finger jab. So we're going to block, we're going to finger jab into the eye region here, and then coming through. When we finger jab, we keep everything together and thrust it forward. Okay, the finger jab is your longest upper body strike. So you've got your punch, palm is your shortest, then the punch, then the jab. All right, so we're going to be working through simultaneously blocking and jabbing. Okay, so we work those two together, and we're going to do it on the square first. So we push our guards forward, and we're going to jab and jab, jab. So we're coming back to make sure the power is coming from the wrist and jerking back and thrusting forward. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to try and return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go 2 to the 1. All right, so this will get the speed working, keep everything nice and relaxed, and just tense at the end. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax. Good. Okay, so when you look at that working here, it's as the grip is coming in, as the grip's coming in, turning through to weaken the grip, and then the jab is coming back and striking forward and then tracking here. So you incorporate, so the grab comes in. If we just look at keeping everything nice and light, and this is acting as our cover, but it comes back. So as we break this off, we go nearest as we can to the point, and we're hitting off here. So as they come in, we strike, so we look at our chops that we did earlier. As I block off, we can move in and get into our circling in and our chops. So we incorporated all the elements of our footwork, our weight, and everything else. But I'm just learning to use this. So you want to look at it, this is a punch, we're looking at that. It's a disruption of the strikes. And it's coming in, boom, we're hitting here. Right, and if we're doing it sometimes, boom, boom, we'll be coming in simultaneously. All right, so the idea is to get this position, it just fits perfectly here. Right, but the whole idea is that's there, I'm moving. I'm creating space by body position. So if there's a grip, I'll weaken the grip, and I'm just going to take this off but maintain contact. And if this was going to punch, I can move straight through. Okay, it's good. Okay, you see now the walking and the guts and the working together. So now we're looking at combining the two, lengthening and spacing with the steps. Okay, we move through, everything is covering the midsection and covering the high gates with the actual strikes. And then we let the jabs be as long as they can go and be accurate with the point off. Placing the jab into the eye region, somewhere soft, and thrusting in. Good. Okay, we're now going to look at the sandbag training and sandbag form. Alright, so the form isn't a long form, but what it is, it allows you to understand about how we penetrate into the bag, how we move around the bag, and how we turn into the bag. Alright, so it's always looking at key areas of alignment, positioning, areas of contact, whether that be a chop, whether that be a punch. So training is not your form. Training is really, sandbag training is to develop power, alignment, positioning, range. Okay, and then from that, you're continually moving forward, improving it and developing it further up the road. All right, so what we're going to look at is the form to give us an idea how we move into, how we turn into, and then we'll go from there to the actual bags to see how we train on the bag. Okay, so this point here will be the upper bag, will be hitting and drawing back. So reminder of our centre line. Now we're coming forward with our first three. 1, 2, 3, so we're hitting the centre point, and then we turn. Right, we've got these lower leg cells here. Then we turn with woo and punch. Right, remembering always where our point is, and then we go into woo sail punch and turn. And turn. Then we square and punch. Jut sail. Jut sail punch. Jut sail punch. From here, we're going to push forward with a bomb. Turn a punch. Turn a punch. Turn a punch. From here, we go into the bomb. Turn a punch. Turn a punch. Turn a punch. And then we're going to close. Okay, that will be the first half of that form. Right, so we're going to go through that now onto the actual bag, so we can understand that range, distance. Because when we're punching air, we tend to move off, or we're sort of off our position. The bag will give us that focus of attention, making sure we're striking into. So, okay, now we're going to look at the sandbag form on the actual bag, right? So it gives you a different feel when we're punching air. So the first thing we establish is our range. And how we look at that is when we actually strike it, there's this much of a room for potential if I was punching air. So the way we look at that is get our range here, make our salutation. Our first hit, the overhead punch, here, and we're back. Maintain our centre to the self and the bag. Okay, from here, we're moving forward. 1, 2, 3, turn. This position, we're driving through. No, I'm not fully extended at this point, and the wound sail expands out to the elbow point. From here, we turn and line here. And then from that point, we square up. 1, 2, 3, we jut sail punch. While now right hand becomes bomb. Turn the punch free, bomb, punch free, then come back. Okay, that's the full first half, and it's really getting you to maintain your range. So we're not, as the punch, we're getting further away, or getting closer in. So everything here now is based on our route. So when I make a position, I'm aware of my centre to the bag. When I move, here. Okay, we're going to now look at some wrist locks. All right, so again, Wing Chun is not a locking system as such, but it gives you an opportunity when people grab the wrist, how we apply lock. The key locks here, we'll look at the universal joint here. We're looking from a top grip. The first thing I'm concerned with is that in Wing Chun, we will just strike to weaken, and this may be then gone. But we're looking from a lock point. I want to isolate that, so I trap and move. I'm isolating that side of the body. I've only got this to contend with. Once this wrist is in, so I'm just going to move in so you can see. Once this is in, I'm going to apply pressure down. Alright, so this actually cuts in, we apply down, and then we'll be releasing to strike through. Alright, so this is a grip opposite, hand on top, with trap. The reason we trap is, if I do this, you'll let go. It's gone. Alright, so the idea is to trap, pull them off balance, and then create a lock, and then move in with your various strikes. Okay, the variant from that, so if I was coming this point, and I've overturned or they're moved, I can't get around, then I'll cut in this way. Alright, so that means I'm going to cut in that line there, again using the same principle. Once I release it, going through the next point of striking. So, they're the two risks that we can look at. So coming here, safety mechanism first, getting out of the way, cutting the wrist, fingers on top, high pressure, then release, then strike through. Next one we look at is if they grab the front here. So they're strangling here. So first thing I will look at is safety mechanism here. Then I'll be looking at a strike here. Once I've created this range, I will peel off the hand here. Now I'm going to push in and then against the joint. Alright, so it doesn't matter which hand you're going for. As the grip comes, I'll be moving, freeing the hand here. I'll turn my neck so I can breathe. And then I'm going to peel this hand off. Then I'm going to take it into a bend here and across the joint. Okay, to create dislocation or a break. Or if I've done the strike, I'm coming over and I'm coming into. This will take the head first into the range of a kick into the head or into the body. So we're looking at this. I take the pressure, I protect my lower gaze, I come over the top, and I start to manoeuvre away. Away from there, then I'm going to push in and down. And then you've got shots into the groin, into the rib cage, or into the head. Okay, and also got another look, if I can get them to be the same side. Here, we're looking at opening up here, so I've got my protection. I'm out of range to hit up with the kick. My next point will be to peel off and then create a lock in this fashion here. Right, so I'll be attacking and locking on. So there's a grip here, I will look at this, lock and then move in. Alright, so once this is snapped, we'll be moving in and finishing at that point. Okay, we're going to look at some basic G-Sao. So in the Wing Chun, our G-Sao exercises develop sensitivity, reaction, obviously strength in the core areas. In this one here, we're looking at our stance and our basic motion of the arm. So we remain clinging to the arm, and we can then start to pick up and feel what's coming. All right, so we'll look at it very simply. So the first thing is, what people that get too close and they're trying to think they've got to hit. So we want a decent range where I can allow my movements to be fully moving without too much of a hindrance. So at this point here, we open up. So I'm going to get Craig to come and punch me here. All right, so look at our range. Then I'm going to come in what we call a retracting time. Elbow slightly in on this one and pulling back. Now from here I'm going to turn and then I'm going to push forward. As I'm turning, I'm pushing forward. I'm going to feel that and they're going to their jump. So this palm is going into the chest, and if you look, it's taking it away. Just enough of a deflection. When this punch comes, I've got to pick this up and feel it here. Right, so it's a very simple exercise to build an understanding of our feeling of. So he's not just going to do the jumps out. He's got to wait until he feels and picks up a motion. I'm not going to do this movement until I see or feel the punch coming. Okay, then we can change. I move in, I'm punching. Here. Okay, then we switch. I'm going to punch here, he's going to come off, and then here. Right, and his arms are always back here to keep these out of the way, keep this centre point open for attack and defend. Okay, so when the punch is going, if you look, it's following the punch, feeling the punch, and his palm retracts back to that point. When his palm comes forward, I redirect, push it here to get this effect here. Okay, so this is our basic Chi-Sao. Here, coming in and punching through. So it encourages understanding of feeling, reaction to that, having a strong base, and posturing. So we're not leaning and moving all over. We're solid in that position and we're just following what's coming. Okay, now we're going to move on to our next stage of our chin sao, which we call chin sao, which is performed again about the range, so we're not too close. So perform here with the bong against the punch here. Then from here they go into a tan sao. I go into a fook sao. This is a neutral point, no one's attacking, but we're just getting set. This will be a palm strike, we're pushing forward here. From this point, I'm going to travel forward, he's going to pick that up and turns it into a bomb. So we're coming in, 1, 2, 3. So we're moving in, here. This is going to encourage to develop not only the sensitivity and reaction, but power in my punch and in their blocks. All right, so here I'm coming to jump sao, and I'm going to feed through here. Okay, and we change here, and they're punching through, I'm coming through. All right, so we get our range, we're comfortable, I allow my movements to go without their striking in. We're just getting used to the position and feeling. I can only move when we are receiving information. So nothing's happening here, but he's going to pick this up. And I'm going to pick up when he punches. Now the key is not to be like just mechanical in this fashion, but actually to feel. All right, so we're waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting. All right, so we can move in. So I move in, I'm going to punch. They're coming in, striking through. Developing the stance and position. Looking at the positioning of our blocks and the body. We move in, we come in. This is the position of the bone, elbow high in the wrist, and looking at where the trajectory will be going if this punch will still continue. So the idea now is to build up our strength, power, in our blocks. All right, so it gives us a chance to allow this to go, to develop. Okay, if I'm cramped up, I can't do much, and everything is too restricted. So we're keeping a range so we can allow things to channel. We can feel, we can pick up. Okay, we're going to look at our sitting tail complete. Okay, so we're going to walk through it and give you an understanding of where hands and our blocks and strikes should be. So we'll keep it nice and slow, nice and steady. So we start through. We'll be pushing through with our guard position. Through the centre, then out into our tongue, and then we hood, nice and steady, building up flexibility and strength, and push out, and we're coming back with our will. When we get to this point here, we're going to go into our foot up, we push forward and up, we get to our height, side height, we're coming to the tongue, and looking. And this is a little bit quicker than we would normally perform. Looking at the structure and positioning, come to here, come forward and up, pushing out and back. So we draw back here, come into our foot sao, push forward and up, pulling the wrist back into our tongue, hun and that. Okay, on this final one here, we draw back. Position, coming right back now to the shoulder line and parry through. And coming through the centre, parry through. And then back. Repeat. Through the centre. and sturdy on the second. Up, we're going to push through. Out with the gums up, out, draw back, push out, push forward. Coming up, level left arm, level with the shoulder, this one slightly under. Chop, now right hand on top. Back out, draw back, strike forward, double jump, then you jab, slowly down, then pick up. Circle and back. Next point, coming across backs, cross tucks out, down, strike and lift. This is all wrist space. Giving you an idea how we apply. From here, again, wrist with a tongue, cross, down, circle with hood, retracting hood, cross palm, lift, circle and back. Pushing forward, palm, tongue, draw back, mid strike, up, bomb, tongue, draw back, mid strike, and back. From here, and so out, 2, 3. The right hand is now primed. 3 punches, draw, and then left leg comes in, push down. Okay, that's the sitting tap.